year 2022 to 2023. To begin, let me call on Mr. Jan Alvin Cabello for our opening prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the holy presence of our Lord, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. As we begin the school year, we implore your mercy, O Lord. Bless the students, the teachers, and the staff, that together we may grow in faith, hope, and love, as we learn from you and each other how to follow your Son, Jesus. May you expand the horizons of our mind, that we may grow in wisdom, understanding, and knowledge. Deepen our commitment to seek the truth of your ways, and enlive our faith to reach out to those in need. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Patrick, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Let us now prepare for our Philippine national anthem.
Ate.
Ayaw maging Kristo silanganan, alay ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuwin ka nang magiting, sa manlulupin, ikaw pagsisilig, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mo buga, na ginaganto na at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at aral na kailan pa may pinagdidilig, lupa ng araw ng Lord, ating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pag may mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To give us the introduction of the SPS faculty and administrators, as well as our welcome remarks, here with us our school principal, Mrs. Janet Cadapan. Let us all give her a round of applause.
Okay, thank you, Chair Daryl. Welcome, patricians. Good morning. Okay, on behalf of St. Patrick School, administrators, faculty, and staff, we welcome you all to the new academic year that has come with a new hope, a hope that we are getting back to a normal life. Past 2 school years were a challenging time for all of us, teachers, students, parents, and guardians. We thank God that we are now permitted to have the face-to-face, and our students will now experience once again to sit in the classrooms, interact with teachers and classmates, and enjoy the in-campus school life. Sa ating mga minamahal na magulang, our warmest thank you for making St. Patrick School as the school of your choice. And to those who have been with us, our very supportive and loyal patricians. Maraming salamat. We know that a strong partnership with you will make a significant difference in your child education. We share the responsibility for our students' success. With this, welcome once again to our junior high school parents, students orientation for academic year 2022-2023. Thank you and God bless us all. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our loving and caring SPS administrators and teachers in the junior high school department. To start with our subject teachers in the high school department, we have Miss Bianca Tantoco and Mr. Dennis Daprosa to teach the TLE subjects. And for their computer and robotic teachers, we have Mr. Erickson Trinidad and Mr. R.C. Hernandez. Our MAPE teachers, the energetic teachers, Mr. R.B. Pineda, Mr. J.M. Mangulabnan, and Mr. Nelson Celis. The science teacher, Mr. Renzo Calmasco, and we have Mr. Christian Gonzalez as a Filipino teacher. And the vice principal is going to teach AP, Miss Lara Achondo. And yours truly is going to teach the ESP for grade 7 and 8. Our math teachers, Miss Sarah Ongon and Mr. John Daryl Kasia. Our English teachers, our vice principal in the elementary department, Miss Shamer Kahinusayan and Miss Joanna Barcelon. The advisors in the junior high school department, or our grade 7 advisor, and who's going to teach the Filipino, and she will also handle the theater and arts club moderator. So Miss Camille Balagtas. Our AP teacher, and he will be the Honor Society Club moderator, Mr. Nervin de los Reyes. Our grade 8 advisor, and he will be our math teacher and student council moderator, Mr. LJ De Leon. Another grade 8 advisor to handle science and Honor Society Club moderator, Miss Aubrey Villar. And our grade 9 advisor, an English teacher, and he's going to handle the Writers Guild Club, Miss Daryl Joy Rialco. Another grade 9 advisor, Mr. John Aldrin Cabello, who is going to handle the Science class, Honor Society Club. And our grade 10 advisor, he's going to handle the CLVE and ESP subjects, and also our campus ministry club moderator, Mr. Jovito Virtucio. Another grade 10 advisor to handle math subject and the Honor Society Club moderator, Mr. J. Kiliao. Meet our school administrators, our vice principal in the grade school department, Miss Shamer Kahinusayan. And our vice principal in the junior high school department, Miss Lara Marie Achondo. Our vice principal, the senior high school department, Mrs. Helen Lopez. Our school registrar, Mr. Rogie Sarosa. And yours truly, the school principal, Mrs. Janet Kadapan. And our Director for Academics, our committed Director, Dr. Dari Dakanay. And our Director for Administration, who is the hardworking and organized and warm director, Mr. Peter Cruz. And we have with us our senior consultant, Dr. Susie Iyala. And our inspiring and hardworking school president, Mrs. Sari Cruz. Okay. Thank you very much and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Janet. And now for our SPS Academic Direction, here with us this morning, our Director for Academics, Dr. Dari Dakanay. Once again, please give him a round of applause.
Good day, dear parents and students. My name is Dr. Dari Idakanay, the Director for Academics here in St. Patrick's School of Quezon City. We have gone through a lot of moments, and we have found ourselves locked up at our homes for a very long time. And during these times, we are beginning to get back on our feet. We are also beginning to come back to St. Patrick's School of Quezon City, Philippines. My dear friends, as we journey together in this new school year, we have to remind ourselves a lot of things, but most of all, we have to work with the essentials. It's just like the most essential or the most important competencies needed. I'll give you 3 important essential matters, and then I will be giving you the direction of the school. First, we have to reflect on, we have to regain the groundness of what we do, and the groundness of who we are as human beings, as members of the patrician community. We are very much, are important. We will try to redefine the patrician education and even reimagine it in our times. It will mean that we will have a common direction of being together as a community. Number 2, point of reflection, no one can work at it alone. I cannot do it. Our president, Mrs. Sari E. Cruz, cannot do it alone. Your teachers too. As a reminder for everyone, during the past years, it takes a community to raise a village or a community. If we are going to look what we have gone through, we had many crises, but we had many opportunities as well. Many schools died, but we have remained. Our community has survived, and we have learned to be resilient. But more than great and more than hard work, our community has been supported by you, my dear friends, our SPS family, and by our very own faith. These are the essential principles of St. Patrick's School of Quezon City. We have faith, family, and the very education that we have currently. As we continue, this is the 3rd reflection in our journey, there will be no set design that we will see in the end, but rather, as we continue, we will see how we are able to continue by looking at what we have and what we have shared. We cannot point to the end, but we can be present in where we are at this time and at this place. Let us not dwell in the past. Let us dwell in the future. And it's very exciting for St. Patrick's School that has not been. We do something about it. Our tagline for this school year, particularly the idea of getting back to school, is we are home, we are family, and we are safe. this expression of returning home to St. Patrick's School, and at the same time, it's a renewed manifestation of the school's mission. It gives emphasis on the relationship between a patrician with our very founder or our patron saint, St. Patrick, and the entire patrician community. We are home. Upon returning back to school, patricians will again feel that he or she is home, engaging and welcoming, which is a distinguishing characteristic of a patrician setting. We are family. Every patrician enrolled is given that importance that he or she is an integral part of the community's vision, mission, and philosophy. And the last one, we are safe. Patricians will feel safe because they know that all the members of the patrician community are committed and dedicated to ensuring their health and safety in school. And now, let's talk about the SPS direction. Or before the direction, the learning modes of the school. In reality, we have 1, 2, 3, actually 4 learning modes. The first, majority of our students are into the blended learning approach. It's a combination of both the face-to-face learning and the online learning. Later on, you will all see your schedules, exciting schedules, especially those who opted for the blending learning approach. A few of your classmates, they are enrolled in the fully online learning approach. And I think very few are into the modular learning approach. Ito talaga, modular is really for our students really who are having difficulty in terms of their internet connection. And of course, the exciting part is the fully face-to-face learning approach, which eventually will be able to follow the the regulations set by DepEd Memo number 34, which is the fully face-to-face learning. But as early as now, our fully onliners need not worry because we will still be committed in providing the fully onliners the opportunity to be able to continue their learning mode. So those are the learning modes. Now we will proceed with the direction of the school. I have made an acronym for the direction of the school, primarily with the word blended. Sige, pag-usapan natin itong blended. The first word of the word blended is the word letter B. Letter B, which means we talk about a balanced student life. Now, when we talk about a balanced student life, as we move forward, to the implementation of the fully face-to-face and including the other learning modes, we will continue to have the following for the development of the school's holistic well-being, particularly of the students. Of course, there would still be the quarterly break, okay, the semestral break for the students, and the fun school activities strategically plotted in the school calendar, the sound and the sensible curriculum. As we all know that the school is known for the 5 important programs. The academics, which we give emphasis on robotics and research, and the other competitions. We have the sports. We are very well known for our basketball and our volleyball programs. We also have the arts, the theater, the Voices of SPS, our dance group, Then we also have our values formation program, which includes the spirituality of our students and the guidance program of the school. We also have, of course, our international affairs program. And we are very strong on our international affairs program because you can see in our Facebook page that we have our global advisors. Many of you will experience the internationalization of St. Patrick's School of Quezon City as our global advisors. You will be able to meet them in our collaborations and as well as in the different activities of the school. So truly, it will be an exciting and balanced life for our students. The second letter is the letter L of the word blended. We talk about leadership. St. Patrick's School will work towards becoming a leading school. And you can actually see it with all of the things that we are doing. From the foreign language programs that we have, from robotics, from research, from sports to the international affairs, I think we are leading in our community in terms of providing really innovative and creative programs to transform the school into a real 21st century educational institution. Next is we have the letter E. We talk about ease in, the gradual easing into the fully face-to-face setup. You will notice later on that in our schedule, okay, ano yan, unti-unti yan until later on, we will introduce the fully face-to-face. We will make sure that hindi magugulat, no? Hindi magugulat kayong lahat in later on the full implementation of the fully face-to-face setup. Again, our fully onliners need not worry about this one because again, we will continue to be able to let you continue with the learning mode that you have. Next. And we have the word navigate. Okay. So the word, the letter N, navigate, we will continue to navigate the best teaching and learning tools for everyone. Right? You will experience, coming from your teachers, the best approach in terms of you being able to gain the important knowledge and competencies needed for the subjects that you are going to be able to take. Next, we have the word dynamic. As we now have, the face-to-face setup, expect that everything will be dynamic, ever-changing, and we will have fast-paced developments as we tread towards the post-pandemic time. And let's not forget that learning should always be fun. And yes, it will be fun because you will experience new programs this school year. Next letter. Expansive. The local and international partners. As we move towards the different learning approaches, we will continue to expand and move out of our comfort zones. Okay? You will experience that this school year as you're going to be able to see more local and international partners, especially for you, dear students. The next letter is letter D. Okay, we talk about diligent, meaning we will make sure that every student will be given the opportunity for them to be able to experience the real learning and real opportunities as we venture into this new school year. And finally, so we have blended. We may be entering a new challenge this new school year. Let's not forget how St. Patrick's School of Quezon City became successful in bringing out the best among students during the pandemic. I made mention this earlier, hindi ko ho kaya ito, hindi ho kaya ho to ni Ma'am Sari, ni Ma'am Janet, o yung mga t-shirts ninyo. Kailangan ko rin ho ang tulong ng buong community, including our dear parents. We will do this all together as we journey into this new school year. And finally, ito na talaga yung final. As Buzz Lightyear would always say, to infinity and beyond, we are very excited to welcome our students and our parents and the entire patrician community to St. Patrick's School of Quezon City, Philippines. Mabuhay tayong lahat, and thank you for listening.
Okay, once again, thank you so much, Sir Dari. And truly that we here at St. Patrick's School are so excited to meet you again. And we have a lot of things in store for you. Everything just to give our dearest patricians the best education experience possible. And now to give us the SBS and rules, here with us this morning, our Director for Administration, Mr. Peter Cruz.
Good morning. Good morning, my dear patricians. Well, I'm just so excited for the coming school year. We have prepared so much so that this school year will be, we have installed a lot of beautiful things for you this coming school year. So let me begin. Okay. Yeah. Well, for this morning, I will touch on 3 areas. School, next slide, please. School infrastructures, health and safety, security, and maintenance. So let me begin with the school infrastructures. Okay. Our infrastructures are actually anchored on 3 areas. No? Technology, the 5 major programs of the school, and of course, safety protocols. Next slide. So in the area of technology, we have, in the last 2 years, we have constructed techno centers equipped with computer equipment and other gadgets. So we have basically constructed 4 or 5 new laboratories, namely the Inno Lab, the DG Lab, the Co Lab, and the tech hubs, which you will get to utilize this coming school year. This is on top or aside from the current elementary and high school computer labs we have at the annex building. Okay, next. In terms of technology also, as you have seen, we have already constructed a cell site at the back of the annex building, the purpose of which is to strengthen our internet connectivity. We have forged a tie-up with Globe a year ago or 2 years ago, and ito na-construct na yung cell site. So definitely, we will have a strong internet connection. Okay. Still in technology, we will continue to strengthen information technology or IT. Mahalaga yan. In our plan to integrate technology into our curriculum or into our systems, IT information or information technology is very, very important. This will provide immediate assistance to our community in terms of delivering efficient service to our clientele. So anong gagawin ng ano na yan? Definitely with an improved IT, kailangan namin i-automate ang mga manual processes. We have to improve systems and procedures. We will offer more payment options online. There will be easy enrollment procedures. And at the same time, we will be able to respond immediately to your concerns or queries through this system. So mahalaga na malakas ang ating information technology. Okay, next. Excuse me. Now, as I've mentioned, our infrastructures are also anchored on the five major programs. No? Namely, ano ba yung mga five major programs? Academics, sports, arts, external affairs, and values formation. So in the area of academics, we have rearranged the classrooms in compliance to safety standards. We have installed safety signages. We have a safety corner where you can locate the alcohol disinfectant and face mask in case you might need during your class. We also have a sterilization box. We have also installed electric fans. Speaking of electric fans, at least in the first quarter, we will utilize first the electric fans as recommended by the LGU and DepEd. No? But eventually, probably later on, after the first quarter or the first semester, then we can shift to the air conditioning units. So, but that will depend on the approval of DepEd or if the COVID cases decreases. Okay. We have also placed visual cues on the floors and the pathways, as well as door entrance and exit signs. So you are encouraged, or everyone must follow these signages. So students must pass through the entrance door and leave through the exit door upon dismissal time. Okay, next. Still in academics, I already mentioned this. We have constructed InnoLabs, DigiLab, CoLab, and Tech Hubs. Okay, next. In terms of the science laboratories, we plan to modernize the two laboratories, make it a multifunctional laboratory, and we will begin the modernization project by this school year 2022-2023. Okay. We have also upgraded our preschool classrooms. No? We have modernized them. The area is fully painted and equipped with all the necessary equipment. So napakaganda niyan. Okay, next. We will also continue to improve the annex building, and this is we plan to do this also this coming school year. And if you notice, in the area of sports, we have a better or a much improved gyms, the multi-purpose and the new gym together, if you notice, with our spacious green fields. No? So napakaganda ng gym natin ngayon, and we will continue to improve it further in the coming months. We have also renovated the fitness gym, the hallway, and we plan to construct an amusement area in that PE department. Okay, so ito mapapansin nyo yung ating fitness gym. Ito po yung mga equipment, and then every year nagdadagdag po kami ng additional gym equipment, especially for the varsity players. But this gym is open to all. Okay, you just have to make schedules with our custodian. Okay, para hindi kayo sama-sama lahat dun sa fitness area. But every year, we add more equipment until we are able to complete the entire equipment set. Okay. Still in sports, especially just sa mga varsity players, we are currently upgrading the dormitory. We have fully refurbished the shower room, constructed a new kitchen and dining area. We also have a storage area. We have renovated the living area, and at the same time, we improved the dormitories of our varsity players who are currently residing in these dorms. Okay. In the area of arts, we will renovate or upgrade the audiovisual room, no? And we are targeting it this school year. This will be the official quarters of the performing arts. So napakaganda po niyan pag natapos natin yan. So those who love to sing, dance, and act, this will be your quarters. Okay, next. In the area of values formation, we have already renovated the guidance office. So napakaganda po niyan, especially those who want to consult our guidance counselors or associate on matters concerning mental health problems. Okay, and in the area of international affairs, since we're very active with our collaborations externally or internationally, we will have an office for our external affairs program. And this will house our collaborations and foreign languages. Again, this will be a project hopefully within this year. Okay. Other projects that we have also done, well, we have improved the comfort rooms at the main building. It's a much an enhanced comfort room, and we have also constructed a new comfort room near the canteen. Okay, so we have installed new urinals and toilets, and also next, we have also enhanced or improved the lobby area of the clinic. Okay, so okay, next. As I already mentioned, we have also repainted stairways and hallways of the campus. And we have for our faculty, they now have a faculty office at the third floor of the main building for our high school and grade school department. At the same time, we have also installed window screens in all the classrooms at the first and second floor. So basically, all pollutants or irritants will protect our students. So these irritants will not be able to enter the classroom, particularly the mosquitoes, and therefore prevent dengue infestation. Okay, next. Now we go to health and safety. No? So let me discuss our safety protocols. Definitely, there will be no let up in the implementation of safety guidelines inside the campus. I'm sure you're already familiar with this, but let me go through this since this is a mandate of the LGU and DepEd. Okay. Naturally, every time you enter the campus, there will be the temperature check. We have to observe proper hygiene etiquette. There will be social distancing, vaccination card, presentation. Wait, before I go, okay, restriction of mass gathering, contact tracing, modified work structures, and school schedules. So, speak of the vaccination card, you no longer, since the restrictions have been relaxed, because the cases have gone down, there is no need to present the vaccination card. All you need now to present to the guard is the health declaration form, which will be forwarded to you every time you will you will go to the campus. Yun na lang po ang i-present nyo sa guard, yung health declaration form. Okay? So hindi na po yung vaccination card. Okay, next. Okay. Some guidelines prior to entry or before entering the campus. As mentioned, you have to submit yourself to a body temperature check. Anyone showing flu-like symptoms will be refused entry. So if your temperature, okay, para maliwanag, is 37.1 to 37.4, the guard will will ask you to take a 5-minute rest before a second temperature check will be taken. If your temperature is still the same, if not higher, then you will be placed in the isolation area, which is the fetchers area, and wait for you. While at the fetchers area, you will wait until your guardian or parent comes to pick you up, or you'll be requested to leave the premises. Okay, so maliwanag po yan. If your temperature is above 34, you'll be placed at the the isolation area, or you will be requested to leave the campus. Okay, now if you're normal, then we will go through the same procedure. Hand and footwear sanitation will be implemented. Bags and other items will also be disinfected. All students, employees, parents, and guests will be required to wear face masks before entering the campus. I guess you are very familiar with this already. This is a must upon entering the campus. All have to wear their face mask. Okay, next. Only students and SPS personnel will be allowed to enter the school grounds to maintain physical distancing. All others with no official business will not be allowed to enter the premises. If you wish to speak to the advisor or the principal, please make a prior appointment. Okay, again, this is for the safety of everyone. Social distancing shall be strictly observed. Okay, next. Now, ito po, while inside the premises, movement of students and employees while inside the premises will be restricted. Extracurricular activities will be limited and held outdoor. Proper spacing at shared public amenities such as the talisay area, benches, comfort rooms, gym, admin grounds, etc. shall be strictly enforced. So in other words, there will be social distancing in the entire campus. Follow visual cues on pathways to show traffic flow and proper spacing. So ating campus yan complete with all the signages. Okay? Strictly observe health etiquette expectations placed in key convergence areas of the campus such as canteen, comfort room, clinic, corridor, offices, laboratories, etc. Clinic shall be manned throughout the day and equipped with adequate medical supplies. Quarantine areas have been set up near the main entrance, as I said, sa fetchers area, and if inside the campus, the quarantine area is located at the canteen, since the canteen will not be operational at least on the first quarter. Okay. Guidelines inside the classroom. Student desks are arranged in the same direction. Wearing of face mask, as mentioned, while inside the classroom will be required. Sharing, ito yung mahalaga, of electronic devices, books, other learning materials shall be discouraged, and cleaning of such items after each use shall also be required. Each classroom shall be provided with hand hygiene products. So, nabagit ko na po, all your classrooms have safety corners. Okay? Nandun po makikita yung mga alcohol disinfectant, and if need be, meron po tayong face mask doon. But definitely, you are required to wear the face mask even before entering the campus. Yung face mask doon, ano lang po yun? Just in case nasira yung face mask or wala po kayong extra dala, then we will provide one for you. No, okay, as mentioned, no sharing of writing utensils and school materials. Cleaning of classroom shall be done before and after class and during break time if possible. So yung cleaning of the classroom is done in the morning and during dismissal time and before the PM class enters the classroom. So yun yung po yung break time. So the window time is 12 to 1. So that will be devoted to cleaning and disinfecting of all classrooms. Okay, so for the afternoon shift, okay, you will be requested first to stay at the holding area located at the gym. Dun muna po kayo until you are told to enter your respective classroom. So dun muna po kayo because ang cleaning is done during 12 to 1. Okay? Students shall remain in the classroom throughout the day whenever possible. Movement around the campus shall also be restricted. As I mentioned also, all will be required to pass through the door with the entrance sign and vacate through the door with the exit sign. Okay. Ito ngayon yung halaga. Okay. In case of COVID symptoms or flu-like symptoms occur during the day. This is an assumption na kapasok na po kayo dun sa premises at dun sa garden, normal po kayo, but during the day, okay, one of your students or one of the kids somehow felt sick. Okay, ano ang gagawin? Okay, an individual who is suffering from COVID or flu-like symptoms, not COVID symptoms, flu-like symptoms during the day must notify his advisor or superior about his condition. So that is the very first thing that the student must do if he is not feeling well. Inform the advisor. Okay, next, the class advisor will bring student to the clinic for proper checkup. Tapos yung sa clinic or the nurse will conduct a temperature check. If the, like I said, if the temperature check is 37.1 to 37.4, you'll be requested to take a 5-minute break or a 5-minute rest. And then a second temperature check will be conducted. If your temperature check goes down to 37 and below, pwede po kayong bumalik sa classroom. But if it's still the same, if not tumaas pa, then the nurse will bring you or will put you in the isolation area located at the canteen. Okay? Next. The nurse also, okay, will call up your parent or your guardian to pick you up. Okay? The said individual, as I said, will be placed in isolation area. Okay? And then our crisis response team will conduct contact tracing. Okay? Will conduct contact tracing within the last 2 days prior to the symptom onset shall be gathered. So the ating like I said, will conduct contact tracing at they will get the names of those people who have gotten in touch with the affected individual. Okay. If next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Okay. Ngayon, it is a must, okay, that the affected individual has to go through a test. What is an antigen test or swab test? Okay. If the result is negative, okay, negative, the vaccinated individual will be allowed to go back to school after completing a 7-day quarantine. Bakit 7 day? Because yan ang normal healing period. Okay? And then after that 7-day period, pwede na siyang bumalik sa klase. For the unvaccinated individuals or those with incomplete vaccination, the 14-day quarantine has to be completed regardless if the swab test is negative. Kung unvaccinated, you have a 2-week quarantine to observe before going back to class. Okay? Now, itong tanong ngayon kung positive. Okay, next slide. If the test result is positive, the individual or the affected individual has to go through a 14 to 21-day quarantine depending on the severity of the infection. Okay? Prior to admission back to school, the individual must first present, number 1, a medical certification from a licensed doctor or secure clearance from the barangay that the said individual is cleared of COVID and forwarded to our physician for validation. So maliwanag yan. Pag positive, you have to go to a 14 to 21 day depending on the seriousness of the infection. Pangalawa, pag babalik na kayo sa school, you need to present a medical certification and validated by our physician. Now, all those who have come in contact with the sick person, base dun sa contact tracing, will also be required to take an antigen test and follow the same procedure. Okay? Ngayon, next slide. For the affected grade level, doon lang sa affected grade level, okay, classes will be suspended for 2 weeks for the affected grade level. Assuming lang, kunyari grade 5, grade 5 class, yun lang po ang isususpend for 2 weeks. Okay? For those grade levels who are not affected, they will continue to report to school during their face-to-face classes, but after 3 days. Bakit naman after 3 days? Because 3 days will be allocated or devoted to cleaning and disinfecting of school premises. Okay, so are we clear on that? School campus will be closed for at least 3 days to allow maintenance personnel to disinfect contaminated area and other facilities. Pero sa affected grade level, 2 weeks po kayo naka-quarantine. Okay? Next, the school physician shall strictly monitor all cases and coordinate with the LGU barangay and health authorities. Okay, next. Ito, nabagit ko na. Like I said, affected grade levels may resume face-to-face classes if there are no longer positive cases reported. And upon opening, the school shall conduct reorientation on safety protocols and update the community on measures undertaken during the lockdown. Okay, still on health and safety, we will now be offering face-to-face services on health and dental checkup and mental health assessment to ensure well-being of students and employees. So meron na tayong health services face-to-face, physically. We will also continue with the online sessions and provide guidance counseling. Next, here are the schedules. Nurse Lynn will be there Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, 8 to 4. Our medical personnel, Dr. Galindez, will be there Monday, 12 to 4, and Thursday, 8 to 12. For our dental, Dr. Celebre will be present Wednesday, 12 to 4, and Friday from 8 to 12 p.m. Okay. And in terms of our emergency management, disaster drills, earthquake, fire drills will be done twice a year, September and March. Our pest control twice a year, June, December, as well as mosquito fumigation twice a year, June and December. For our security system, we have currently we have about 12 to 16 cameras, and we plan to add 4 more this year. And we have also renewed our contract with our security agency. So the security who has been servicing us for the last, prior to the pandemic, is still the same security who will service us this school year. Okay, so I guess that's about it. Thank you very much. If you have further questions, you can ask them after the orientation. Maraming salamat and welcome to St. Patrick's School.
Thank you.
From when I was 16, I wanted all that I had. Tell me, when did it change, or where'd we go? Now in the mirror I see someone I don't wanna be. Tell me, could we turn back? Oh, please don't go. Stop, breathe, wait a little. stop, breathe for me. All I want is you in front of me. I could have another, but you're always gonna be my home. All I want is you, my everything. I don't need another, 'cause you're always gonna be my home. I don't need more time. I know where the heart is. Tell me what you need, just don't let go. We're taking all that's left to build it up again. It's gonna be a chance, but here we go. Stop, breathe, wait a little longer. We begin stronger. Stop, breathe for me. All I want is you in front of me. I could have another, but you're always gonna be my home. All I want is you, my everything. I don't need another, 'cause you're always gonna be my home. All I want is you in front of me.
Wrong spelling.
I don't need another, 'cause you're always gonna be my home.
There we have it once again. Thank you so much, Sir Peter. And face to face is really
Thank
just
you.
around the corner for every one of us. Okay. And I'm very sure that everyone cannot wait to see our dearest campus, as well as their friends, classmates, and teachers. But of course, before anything else, your health and safety is our utmost priority. Before we move on to the next part of our program, may we remind everyone that if you do have questions and concerns, our chat box is open for you to put in there, and our attendance has been sent also to our chat box, which you can open. Now, let us move on to the class schedules to be given to us by our dearest class advisors. First up, may we have the advisors of grade 7 Balagtas, and we have here with us Miss Camille Balagtas.
Good morning to all. So good morning, patricians. I am teacher Camille Balagtas, one of the advisors of grade 7. So for my section, this will be our schedule. As you can see, there are designated colors for the schedule in every subject. There are synchronous, asynchronous, flexible, and also we have face-to-face. So for the junior high school department, our schedule for the face-to-face classes is on Mondays and Thursdays. So for the grade 7 in my section, every Monday, 8 o'clock to 8:50 is math face-to-face. Also 8:50 to 9:40 science, that's also face-to-face. And after science, you will have your 20-minute break. 9:40 to 10 o'clock, this is for snack or the time that they can go to the comfort room to wash their hands, etc. So after that 20-minute break, 10 o'clock to 10:50 is their computer subject. And 10:50 to 11:40 is their Filipino subject. And also 11:40 to 12:50 is their lunch, or when they're here in the campus, it's their dismissal. So for the afternoon classes, this will be asynchronous. So 12:50 to 1:40 English, 1:40 to 2:30 is their PE and health, and they will have their break also in the afternoon, 2:30 to 2:50. 2:50 to 3:40 is their Filipino asynchronous class, and 3:40 to 4:30 is their engagement time. So this is the time wherein they can have their special class or department activity projects. They can also finish their activities or tasks during this period. And on Tuesday, 8 o'clock to 8:50, their synchronous class in science. 8:50 to 9:40, their asynchronous class in math. They will also have their break at 9:40 to 10 o'clock. That's also 20 minutes. And 10 o'clock to 10:50, synchronous on Tuesday, music and arts. 10:50 to 11:40, AP, that's also synchronous. And they will have their lunch at 11:40 to 12:50. And here we have 12:50 to 1:40 is flexible. So what do we mean by flexible? It depends upon the teacher if they will have synchronous or asynchronous that day. So 1:40 to 2:30, we have ESP, and we will also have their afternoon break at 2:30 to 2:50. And 2:50 to 3:40 is their consultation period. So this is the time given to consult with teachers. It's either via email, text, or chat in Messenger for the students' progress, missed activities in the subject, clarifications regarding the topic or lesson in a certain subjects, or any other certain subject and or any other concerns. And on Wednesday, 8 o'clock to 8:50, science, flexible time. 8:50 to 9:40, math, it's synchronous, and also break. And 10 o'clock to 10:50, their asynchronous class in music and arts. 10:50 to 11:40, synchronous class in AP, and they'll have their lunch also at 11:40 to 12:50. And 12:50 to 1:40 is English, synchronous. 1:40 to 2:30 is Filipino, that's also synchronous. And they have their break, 2:30 to 2:50. And they have their engagement time as well every Wednesday, 2:50 to 3:40. And on Thursday, they're here in the campus. So for those who are in face-to-face classes, so 8 o'clock to 8:50, that's their face-to-face in TLE, as well as in robotics, 8:50 to 9:40. They have their break at 9:40 to 10 o'clock, their 20-minute break for snack, or the time that they can go to the comfort room to wash their hands, etc. Also at 10 o'clock to 10:50, CLVE, and 10:50 to 11:40, that's their PN health, and 11:40 to 12:50, that's their lunch and also their dismissal time if they're here in the campus. 12:50 to 1:40, their asynchronous task or class in AP. And 1:40 to 2:30 is their health and wellness. So for the health and wellness period, this is a virtual SPS clinic period where students are scheduled for their annual checkup via telehealth services by our medical team. And 2:50 to 3:40, they will have their consultation time, and 3:40 to 4:30, their engagement time. And on every Friday, they have their asynchronous subject in science, 8 o'clock to 8:50, 8:50 to 9:40, their flexible schedule in math, and they have their break as well at 9:40 to 10 o'clock. And after that, they will have their flexible time also In EMath, 10 o'clock to 10:50. 10:50 to 11:40, they have their asynchronous class in PLE, and they will have their lunch at 11:40 to 12:50. 12:50 to 1:40, their synchronous class in English. 1:40 to 2:30, their club. The club time, this is their weekly meetings of clubs on planning and execution of their activities, projects, trainings, and other club works. And they have their break as well at 2:30 to 2:50 and 2:50 to 3:40 for their engagement period. So that's all for the grade 7 Balagtas. Thank you very much.
Now let us proceed with Mr. Nervin de los Reyes.
And so for the grade 7 Dallas class, just like with the grade 7 Balagtas class, we will have our face-to-face classes during Monday and Thursday classes. Okay, and this one on 8:50, 8 to 8:50 on Monday, grade 7 Dallas students will have their PLE classes, face-to-face classes, and 8:50 to 9:40 is the robotic class. And on 9:40 to 10 a.m. they will have their breaks. And 10 a.m. to 10:50 CLV face-to-face class. 10:50 to 11:40 they will have their PE or health classes face-to-face. And after that, 11:40 to 12:50 they're going to have their lunch. And for the students who are going to face-to-face, they're going to be dismissed. Okay. Then 12:50 to 1:40 they will have their AP asynchronous class. 1:40 to 2:30 is their English, which is also a asynchronous class. And 2:30 to 2:50 another 20-minute break. And after that, they will have their math class or math asynchronous class at 2:50 to 3:40 p.m. And lastly, they will have their engagement time at exactly 3:40 to 4:30, which is going to be their last subject for the Monday schedule. Okay. Then okay, so for the Tuesday class, they will have their Filipino class at exactly 8 a.m. to 8:50, and science class at 8:50 to 9:40. Then they will have their break. Then 10 a.m. to 10:50, they will have their EMAT, which is a flexible class, and it's up to their subject teacher as to what they're going to do and if they will be asynchronous or synchronous on this one. 10:50 to 11:40, they will have their music arts or music and arts class, which is also asynchronous. And then just the same, they will have their lunch at exactly 11:40 to 12:50. Then 12:50 to 1:40, they will have their synchronous class for AP. 1:40 to 2:30, they will have their PE and health class, which is a asynchronous class. And then another break, 20-minute break, and they will have their last subject, which is the observation, whereas they can ask and clarify things out within or if anything that they want to ask to their advisor or raise issues, concerns, and clarifications. Wednesday, they will have PLE as their first subject. This is a asynchronous class. Then 8:50 to 9:40, science, which is a flexible class. Then break, math will be at 10 a.m. to 10:50. This will be a synchronous class. Then 10:50 to 11:40, they will have their English class. Then lunch break, another 12:50 to 1:40 p.m. they will have their AP synchronous class again. and then their path then at 1:40 to 2:30 p.m. Then last break, and they will have their engagement time at 2:50 to 3:40 p.m. Then Thursday, they will have again their face-to-face classes, and for their first subject, they will have the science at 8 to 8:50. 8:50 to 9:40, they will have their math classes. Then break, 20-minute break. Computer classes at exactly 10 a.m., 10:50. Filipino classes at 10:50 to 11:40. Then lunch break or dismissal for those people who will go to attend class face to face. And then exactly 12:50, they will have their math asynchronous classes. Then after that, they will have their health and wellness at exactly 1:40 to 2:30 p.m. Then another break, they will have their consultation and engagement time. Next, every Friday, they will have Filipino asynchronous class as their first subject. Then 8:50 to 9:40, they will have their science synchronous class. And 20-minute break, 10 a.m. to 10:50, they will have their music and arts. 10:50 to 11:40, they will have their English class, synchronous class. Then break. After that, they will have their ESP at exactly 12:50. Um, Again, it's 12:50, they will have their class for the ESP class. And 1:40 to 2:30, they will have their club meetings with their club advisors. The last break, 2:30 to 2:50. After that, they will have their engagement time. And this is for the class schedule of grade 7 de los Reyes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, now for the grade 8, we have Mr. LJ Illustrate.
Denial. And magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ngayon po, nakikita po natin sa screen ang class schedule po ng grade 8 Delayan. Ako po pala si Mr. LJ Delayan, ang kanilang advisor para sa taon na ito. Ulitin ko lamang po, ang ating class schedule ay nahati sa iba't ibang klaseng learning modes. Meron po tayong face-to-face, asynchronous, synchronous, and flexible. At sa face-to-face po, ito po yung mga kulay blue na makikita po natin sa screen. At ang mga oras din po na kulay dilaw, ito po ay nagsasabing asynchronous na kung saan binibigyan po sila ng gawain ng kanilang mga guro. Ang sunod naman po ang synchronous natin na kung saan kulay green po ito. At ito po ay yung oras na kung saan mag-meet po sila through Zoom or anuman pong application ang gamit po ng ating mga teacher. At yung orange or parang pink po na kulay naman po ay ang ating flexible kung saan maaari po itong online or asynchronous or synchronous po. Yan, simulan po natin sa Monday. Sa bawat subject po ay merong 15 minutes. So for Monday and Thursday, these are the days wherein the students are required to attend face-to-face classes, yung mga nagpumirma po sa waiver ng face-to-face. At una pong subject para sa Monday ay computer. Susundan po ito ng TLE. At magkakaroon po tayo, of course, lagi ng break time na kung saan maaari po silang kumain o pumunta ng CR or mag-stretch for that break, for that particular time. After ng break time po, susunod po ang science at music and arts. And then after these subjects, meron po tayong lunch or dismissal. Kung dahil na face-to-face po sila that day, dismissal po. At after po ng dismissal, magre-resume po sila ng asynchronous classes naman during Monday. Una pong subject ay Filipino. Susundan po ito ng math at magkakaroon din sila ulit ng 20-minute break. And after the break time, susunod po ang music and arts. And for the Monday, we also have the engagement time from 3:40 to 4:30. Mali ang engagement time po, ito po ang designated time when special class or department activities, projects, and yan, students can also finish their activities and tasks during this period. Okay? Then for Tuesday naman po, ito ay meron synchronous at asynchronous na klase. So una pong subject, asynchronous class, which is TLE. Susundan po ito ng English, which is synchronous. Then they'll have their break time, followed by synchronous class with their AP subject, and asynchronous class naman po after ng AP ang science. And then we have lunch dahil nasa bahay lang naman po, lunch naman po ito. Then pagkatapos po nito ay magkakaroon po din ng synchronous classes sa science at PE. Sunod-sunod na po ito. Tapos break time po ulit, then consultation time. Again, yung consultation time naman po, ito po yung binigay na oras o nilaan na oras para sa mga estudyante upang makapag-consult po sila sa kanilang mga subject teachers or advisors. Then we have the Wednesday. For Wednesday, their class starts at 8 again, but the subject starts with math, followed by English, then they have the break time. Next po is AP. Yan, makikita naman po yung color kung ano po, synchronous po ba or asynchronous. And then after AP, we have the EMAT. Then again, they have their lunch and then followed by synchronous classes with their Filipino, CLV, and break time. Then they'll have their engagement time as well for Wednesday. And for Thursday naman po, ito yung pangalawang face-to-face class po nila. Ang una pong subject naman nila ay math. Sundan po ito ng English. Then they'll have their break time, followed by ESP, then robotics. And then after po that, dismiss up. At sa kanilang pagka-uwi po nila sa kanilang bahay, magkakaroon po sila ng asynchronous class with their PE and health subject. Then followed by that is their health and wellness. Once again po, the health and wellness period are virtual SPS clinic period where students are scheduled for their annual checkup via telehealth services by our medical team. And nabanggit naman po ito ni Sir Peter kanina yung sino po yung ating mga medical team. Ngayon po, sundan sa Friday na po tayo. Sa Friday naman po, una po nilang klase ay flexible with their math subject followed by synchronous class with their AP. Then they'll have their break time followed by Filipino synchronous class. And then flexible class with their science. Then they'll have their lunch. After that is their path dev. Yung path dev naman po, ito ay yung subject po na kung saan pag-aaralan po nila ay yung pamumuhay po ng St. Patrick. Okay? And then followed by, after that is the flexible class with their club. So, i-announce po natin mamaya, malalaman niyo po iba't ibang clubs na inihanda po ng Patrick para po sa mga bata. At after po ng club is their break time and then engagement time. Ayun lamang po, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Muli, magandang umaga po.
Thank you, Sir LJ. And now for grade 8B, the new addition to the SPS family. Here with us today, Miss Aubrey Villar.
Hello po, good morning. So, just like what the other teachers po, sinabi po ng other teachers, we have 4 learning modes. These are the synchronous, asynchronous, face-to-face, and flexible po. So, for my advisory class po, Monday and Thursday, we have face-to-face. So, for Monday, first subject is English, which is 8 o'clock to 8:50. Next is math. 8:50 to 9:40. Then after that, we have a 20 minutes break, which is for snacks. Then next is face-to-face po ulit, ESP, which is 10 o'clock to 10:50. Next is 10:50 to 11:40, which is robotics naman po. So after that, 11:40 to 12:50 is lunch or dismissal na or uwian. Then in the afternoon naman po, we have the asynchronous session. And for 12:50 to 1:40 is science. 1:40 to 2:30 is PE and health. Next is again we have 20-minute break. Next is and last subject is 2:50 to 3:40, which is AP, and for engagement is 3:40 to 4:30. Next naman po ay Tuesday. So for Tuesday, we have 3 learning modes. The synchronous, asynchronous, and flexible. So 8 o'clock to 8:50, synchronous is English. Next is 8:50 to 9:40, asynchronous, Filipino. Next is 9:40 to 10 o'clock is break. Then 10 o'clock to 10:50, synchronous session with science. 10:50 to 11:40 is synchronous session again in health. Next is 11:40 to 12:50 is lunch. And 12:50 to 1:40 is the synchronous, while 1:40 to 2:30 is flexible in math. So after that po, may break ulit. And lastly, 2:50 to 3:40 is consultation. Next naman po ay Wednesday. So 8 o'clock to 8:50, may synchronous session sa EP. 8:50 to 9:40 in Filipino naman. Next is break. 10 o'clock to 10:50 is EMAT. Then 10:50 to 11:40 is CLVE. Tapos lunch again, 11:40 to 12:50. Next is flexible. Flexible in after lunch, we have flexible in 12:50 to 1:40 in Path Dev, 1:40 to 2:30 in Science, then 20-minute break. Then after that is engagement. For Thursday, we have two learning modes, and these are face-to-face and asynchronous. So for 8 o'clock to 8:50, we have you have a face-to-face session face-to-face session in computer. 8:50 to 9:40 is TLE. Next is break, followed by 10 o'clock to 10:50, which is science, and 10:50 to 11:40, music and arts. After that, lunch or dismissal na. So, asynchronous session, 12:50 to 1:40 is math. So 1:40 to 2:30 is health and wellness. So this is virtual naman po. And 2:30 to 2:50 is break, followed by 2:50 to 3:40 is consultation, and 3:40 to 4:30 engagement. So last day is Friday. So we have three learning modes. So synchronous, asynchronous, and flexible. So for 8 o'clock to 8:50 is asynchronous in PLE. 8:50 to 9:40 is synchronous in Filipino. Then 9:40 to 10 o'clock is break. Next is 10 o'clock to 10:50 is asynchronous in English. 10:50 to 11:40 synchronous in math. 11:40 to 12:50 is lunch or dismissal. Next is 12:50 to 1:40 synchronous in AP. 1:40 to 2:30 is club. So if my discussions or activities sa club, dito po gagawin. Next is 2:30 to 2:50 break. And lastly, 2:50 to 3:40 is engagement po.
Thank you so much, Miss Aubrey. And now let us move on to the grade. All right, to the grade 9 classes. First, we have the grade 9 Cabello, and here with us, Mr. Jan Aldrin Cabello.
So good morning po, and I'm the class advisor of the grade 9 Cabello for the school year 2022-2023. So here is their schedule for this upcoming school year. So every Monday and Thursday, they would have their face-to-face classes in the afternoon. So every Monday and Thursday naman po in the morning, they would have their asynchronous classes since they need to prepare for their face-to-face classes in the afternoon. So to break down the schedule, we have every Monday, it's asynchronous for English, math, and then consultation, and then engagement. And they would need to come to school at around before 12:50 since the start of their face-to-face classes would be at 12:50 in the afternoon. So for their face-to-face classes in Monday, so 12:50 to 1:40 would be their robotics, followed by their TLE class, and they would have a break after their TLE. After their break, we will have science, and then their last subject for Monday would be PN health. And then for Tuesday, we have 8 a.m. to 8:50 would be English, which would be in synchronous, and then ESP, flexible. So again, the flexible would be dependent on the teacher whether for that particular meeting it would be a synchronous or synchronous meeting. And then after their ESP, they would have a short break. Then after their break, they will be having their math and Filipino classes synchronous. And then after their Filipino class, they would have already their lunch, and then their lunch would be followed by TLE. So the TLE is also flexible for Tuesday. And then after TLE, they would have a synchronous session in science for Tuesday. And after science, they would have a break. And then the last period for Tuesday would be consultation time. So for Wednesday, the CLVE would be flexible. So as you can see here in the schedule po, their Wednesday classes are mostly flexible po. So the teacher would be announcing po whether they will be meeting synchronous if they would continue their discussion, or it would be asynchronous if they will just be given time to finish the task given in the previous days. So, and then next is Thursday. So again po, since they would be having their face-to-face in the afternoon, most of the period during the Thursday would be asynchronous, so that the students would be able to prepare for their face-to-face classes in the afternoon. So again po, so for Thursday, asynchronous in Filipino, music and arts, and then break po, and then they would have health and wellness, engagement, and then lunch. And then after lunch, they would have their face-to-face classes in AP, math, break, and then English, and then their last subject would be computer. And then for Friday, and we will have a synchronous session in AP, a synchronous session in PN Health, break, and then a synchronous for AP, followed by synchronous session in Filipino. They would have their lunch, and then science, synchronous in science, and flexible for their club works, and then break, and then they would have a synchronous session for their engagement time. Just to wrap up the week, if there are further announcements or there are things that they need to accomplish po. So that is the schedule po for grade 9 Cabello for this school year 2022-2023.
Thank you, sir. And for the next class, yours truly as the advisor of grade 9 Real. And same with the other teachers, we also have divided status here. We do have a synchronous class, synchronous, face-to-face, and flexible. So here you can see the colors of each subject. For Monday, we have our face-to-face classes in the afternoon. So from 8 to 8:50, we do have PE and health. That will be a synchronous, to be followed by Filipino. And after 9:40, that will be their break time. That will be from 9:40 to 10 o'clock. After, we will be having their consultation time and also their engagement. And then after that, they can now prepare for their lunchtime and the dismissal. Now, in the afternoon, that will begin their face-to-face classes po. That will be from 12:50 to 1:40. First subject will be AP, to be followed by math, and then their break time in the afternoon. For their break time in the afternoon, again, they can just have their time to eat here in the classroom. To prepare for their 250 class, 250 to 340, that will be their English. And then last subject for Monday will be computer. That will be from 3:40 to 4:30 in the afternoon. For Tuesday, they will have first their CLVE, which will be flexible. So once again, it's up to the teacher if the teacher will be making it asynchronous or synchronous class. To be followed by our music and arts, that will be synchronous before the break time. And then we have Filipino. Filipino will be synchronous, to be followed by AP. That will be an asynchronous class. And then once again, we do have their lunchtime and dismissal. Now we do have from 12:40 to 1:40, That will be their science to be followed by their math. Math also will be flexible here, and that will be from 1:40 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Once again, they have their break time before having their consultation hours in the afternoon. That is just if ever we have some announcement and concerns that we need to talk about. For Wednesday, we have TLE in the morning. That will be flexible, to be followed by English. That will be synchronous before the break time. And then we have science from 10 o'clock to 10:50. That will be asynchronous, to be followed by Filipino. That will be from 10:50 to 11:40. Then once again, the lunchtime and dismissal for the morning session. And then from 12:50 to 1:40, we have the synchronous class for AP, to be followed by music and arts, but that will be an asynchronous session. And then the break time before the engagement hours. For Thursday, once again, this is their face-to-face classes in the afternoon. So most of the classes in the morning will be assigned asynchronously. First, we have English. That will be from 8 to 8:50, followed by math. That will be from 8:50 to 9:40 before the break time. So for this one, again, we just have our activities to be uploaded there on our BS site and as per instructed by our teacher. So do not worry if ever you will be having your face-to-face classes in the afternoon, because these are just your activities and you can have all the time you want to prepare for your face-to-face classes before going here in the school. And then again, we have our break time before our health and wellness. That will be from 10 o'clock to 10:50, and our morning engagement hours. That will be from 10:50 to 11:40 before before you have your lunchtime. Okay, do not forget to eat before we start our face-to-face classes here in our school. And again, for the face-to-face, first we have science, to be followed by robotics, and then your break time. Okay, the last two subjects will be TLE. That will be from 2:50 to 3:40, and then your PE and health. That will be from 3:40 to 4:30. Okay, most of the classes by Friday are flexible. First, we have PatDev, to be followed by math. Math will be synchronous here. And then your break time before having your science and ESP class. Okay, once again, we do have your lunchtime. So Friday, you will not have your face-to-face classes, but make sure to eat before having your next bunch of class. You will have EMAth. EMAth is from 12:50 to 1:40. And then your club time. Club time will be from 1:40 to 2:30 in the afternoon. Once again, after that, you can now have your break before you can go back to your advisory classes for your engagement hours. So that's it for our schedule. Our schedule for grade 9 Riyadh. Okay, now let us proceed to the grade 10 class. First, we have here grade 10 Vertusio, and we have Mr. Jovito Vertusio.
Good morning, everyone. Ito naman po ang schedule for all the grade 10 Vertusio. Same with other levels po. Meron po tayong tig 50 minutes in every class na meron po tayo. And then, as you can see po, 2 beses po dito ang merong face-to-face. So, ibig sabihin, 2 beses din po kayong kailangan pumunta dito sa school. Sa mga nagtatanong po through PM kung bakit yung 7 and 8 sa umaga yung face-to-face nila, tapos sa 9 and 10 ay sa hapon, it's just because po ang 7 and 8 ay papasok sa umaga. Tapos sa hapon po, papasok naman ang grade 9 at saka yung grade 10. So, yun po ang explanation po doon. At ang mangyayari, meron po tayong, same with other levels po, meron tayong asynchronous, synchronous, and face-to-face. Para sa grade 10, for Monday, mauuna po at 8 a.m. pero ito ay asynchronous lang po. We have AP, followed by science. Tapos we'll have a 20-minute break. Pagkatapos po dyan, consultation. During consultation time, ito po yung kapag meron kayong concern with your subject teachers or sa mga pinapagawa po ng particular subject, pwede po kayong magtanong sa kanila of whatever procedures na kailangan gawin doon para tama din po ang inyong mga gagawin. Followed by engagement. So asynchronous lang po ito dahil kayo po ay kailangan maghanda na nito dahil sa hapon ay kailangan nyo pong pumunta dito sa campus para naman sa inyong face-to-face classes which will begin at 12:50. So dapat mga 12:30 dapat nandito na rin po kayo sa campus dahil we have some protocols pa na kailangan gawin, especially on cleansing bago po kayo makaakyat dito sa main building. So mayroon pa tayong may mga QR code pa tayo na kailangan i-scan just to clear things out kung wala ba tayong lagnat, pati sa temperature, i-check din natin yan. So may mga, sa gate pa lang, inaalam na po natin kung wala bang lagnat ang isa sa atin para at least safe po tayo na aakyat dito sa main building. At mauuna po ng 12:50 ay TLE. Susundan po ito ng Filipino. Tapos after that one, we are going to have a 20-minute break again. Tapos at 2:50, we're going to have the CLVE. Pagkatapos ng CLVE ay robotics. Sa Tuesday naman, sa bahay lang po kayo nito. At 8 a.m. we'll begin with TLE. Followed by science. And then we'll have a break. Pagkatapos po, after the break, at 10 a.m. we're going to have the PATDEM. Tapos susundan po ito ng ESP. After that one, we're going to have our lunch break. And then sa hapon, we're going to have the math. Synchronous po ito. So maghihintay na lang po tayo. Lahat naman po ng mga subject teachers ninyo ay added na po sa ating official GC. So maghihintay na lang po tayo of whatever announcement na ibibigay po ng teachers po natin regarding sa synchronous class. At maganda po siguro dahil pangatlong taon na po natin ito sa pandemya, better po siguro na and every time na meron tayong synchronous class ay mag-o-open na po tayo ng camera. No? Pwede na siguro naming i-demand po ito. Although meron tayong tinatawag na cyber protection na hindi natin pwedeng sabihin ng mga bata or obliged na dapat mag-open sila ng camera para makikita namin kayo during discussion. Pero I guess napakaganda po if during the class, kahit na nasa bahay lang po kayo, ay nakikita namin kayo para naman ma-secure namin yung mga sarili namin na kapag ka nagtuturo kami ay nandyan po si Sofia Agasang at nakikinig po sa amin during discussion kasi nakikita namin sila. Kasi yung iba baka ay nakatulog na. No, so maybe this year, sa third year natin ng na meron pa rin tayong online class ay hopefully lahat na po ay mag-secure na ng kanilang camera at makikita na po namin during our discussions. Followed by, sa hapon po, we have math and then e-math. And then we'll have a break. And then at 2:50, we're going to have our consultation time again. So again, ito po yung time na if you have to raise some concerns sa mga pinapagawa ng inyong mga teachers, pwede po kayo mag-send ng message sa kanila to clarify things. On Wednesday naman, we're going to have the music and arts, followed by AP. And then a break. After the break, we're going to have English, and then PE and health. Pagkatapos po niyan, we're going to have the lunch break. Susundan po ito sa hapon ng math. After math ay English. And then a short break lang po, 20 minutes lang po. During this time na may break po tayo sa hapon, huwag pong matutulog po ha. Sumanda lang po tayo saglit. After po that, we're going to have the engagement time naman. So pwede po kayong, kung meron kayong mga pending assignments, kasi madalas po nangyayari, as usual, madalas na ugali po natin ay tsaka na lang natin gawin yon. Anyways, may time naman po tayo. So yes, we have time naman talaga to do our activities at gagamitin natin yung engagement time na yun. Huwag na po sana nating ulitin yung mga nakaraang panahon na natatambakan tayo sa mga gawain dahil kinulang tayo sa oras sa paggawa. So, kailangan natin gawin na po natin agad-agad yun. Just sort of advice, lalo na sa mga grade 10. Kasi ngayon pa lang sasabihan ko na kayo na dapat walang maiiwan. Dapat lahat po ay magsama-sama po tayo sa ating moving up activity. Next po ay sa Thursday, Filipino, and then English, and then followed by health and wellness. Next po ay engagement. Sa hapon naman po, kailangan niyo pong pumunta dito sa campus, at ang first subject naman natin at 12:50 will be computer, followed by science, and then a short break, then AP and math. For the Friday naman po ay mauuna po sa atin ay math, tapos science, a short break. After that is PE and health, and then Filipino. After lunch break, we're going to have the music and arts, tapos club. Mamaya po after sa isang section po ng grade 10, ipapakita namin sa inyo yung mga clubs na pwede nyo pong isipin naman ngayon at pipiliin very soon. And then after that, a short break and then engagement time. So yun po ang schedule ng grade 10 Vertusio.
Thank you, Sir Jovito. Now let us proceed to our last grade 10 class, and we have here Mr. John Joven Calyao.
Audio, sir.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes po, okay na po.
Ayan. So one moment. I'm so sorry. So once again, good morning, patricians. Good morning, especially to the parents and students of grade 10. So as you can see on the screen, this is the class schedule for the 10B Kilyao by your advisor, Mr. John Joven Kilyao. So, at the same with the other section for grade 10, our face-to-face classes will be held every Monday and Thursday during the afternoon um, time. And then our official room for the Tengkilya is the room 208, that is on the second floor on the last on the last room 8. Okay, and don't worry naman po in each and every section and year level kasi po susunduin naman po kayo ng inyong mga advisors lalo na sa first day and basically until to the last day. Ihahatid sundo po kayo doon sa ating gym which is our arrival and then dismissal area. Okay, so for Monday, same with the other section for the morning classes, all of your subjects is asynchronous class. So we have 50 minutes in each and every subject, 20 minutes break for the morning, 1 hour and 10 minutes break for the lunch, and then for the afternoon also we have a 20 minutes break. So for the Monday morning, we have Filipino and PN Health. And then after the break, we are going to have a consultation and engagement. I want to emphasize this one on the students and also the parents to maximize this time to contact your subject teachers as well as your advisor for your concerns. Okay, and then in the afternoon, we're going to start at exactly 12:50. I already mentioned this one on our um initial orientation that you have to be here at least before 12:30 kasi nga po meron pa tayong mga initial check and then we need to go to the classroom simultaneously. So hindi po magkikita or hindi po magkakasabay-sabay yung bawat section sa pag-akyat po at pagbaba dito sa ating classroom. Okay? And then at exactly 12:50, we're going to have a computer subject. After that one, we have a science, a 20 minutes break. Okay? And then regarding to this break, yung CR break po natin is um, dalawa lang po or 2 at a time lang po yung pwedeng lumabas at bumaba po sa ating CR. And then the SC will provide the pass, student pass, para po ma-minimize natin yung yung interaction between those students po. And then after the break, we're going to have a Filipino, and then the last subject is mathematics. Then after this one, after the 4:30 class, pupuntahan po ulit kayo ng advisors po ninyo para po ihatid po ulit kayo doon sa dismissal area, which is the old gym po natin. Okay, and then Tuesday naman po, online class naman po ulit tayo. So that means po, magbibigay pa rin po or kailangan pa rin po natin ng attendance during morning and afternoon po. Dahil tayo po ay nasa bahay lang. So, first subject po natin is music and arts. Asynchronous po yan, as well as the mathematics. And then a 20 minutes break. Then after our break ng Tuesday, PE and health ng synchronous. As well as the English subject. Then after po niyan, pwede tayong mag-lunch until 12:50 p.m. Then after po niyan, we have our EMAT and then science, which is the flexible classes na na-discuss naman natin ng mga previous advisors po natin. Then we can have our short break. Actually, yung break na natin dyan is until 4:30 na. So, pwede na natin gamitin yon para makausap yung mga subject teachers po natin. Then for the Wednesday po, online pa rin po tayo. So first subject po natin is mathematics. That is from 8 to 8:50. Synchronous class po tayo niyan. Then after that one, we have a Filipino subject. Then we still have the 20 minutes break. And then after that one, Araling Panlipunan, asynchronous class. And asynchronous class also in English. Tapos lunch break po ulit. And then 12:50, babalik po tayo. We're going to have an ESP flexible class and then a synchronous class in science. And then after that one, break po ulit and then an engagement time naman po. So during this engagement time na nakikita nyo sa screen, yung mga time na po na yan, pwede pong gamitin ng mga subject teachers po natin if they have still a topic needed to be discussed. So last year po kasi nagkakaroon ng ibang issue na, "Sir, hindi naman po oras ng subject na yon, bakit nagtuturo during engagement?" So ginagamit po yung engagement time ng mga subject teachers po natin para makumpleto or matapos po yung discussion within that day. So Thursday po natin ay face-to-face po ulit. So morning, basically you can prepare your different activities on the different subjects as well as preparing yourself to go to the school. So music and arts and science, asynchronous. And then at 10 a.m., health and wellness po. Pwede po nating makontak yung medical team po natin na regarding to our different concerns with regards to health. Hindi lang naman tungkol sa mental. Okay? So next one is the engagement time. That is announcements then or any teachers na kailangan yung oras na yon. And then also preparing for you to prepare to go to the school. Okay? Sa hapon naman po at 12:50, eksaktong 12:50, we're going to have a TLE class. Face-to-face na po ito. And the next one po is Araling Panlipunan. Then we have a 20 minutes break. Okay? So, we highly suggest na magdala po each and every one na lang din po ng kanilang mga snacks. Okay? Bawal po mag-share ng snacks. And then, another thing po, okay? Once you are here in the classroom, so iwasan po natin na lumipat-lipat po ng pwesto, ng upuan, makipag-interact po. Pwede naman makipag-usap pero wag na maglipat-lipat ng upuan. At wag na wag pong lalabas ng classroom. So after that break, we're going to have a CLVE class. And then our last subject for Thursday is robotics. Pagdating naman po ng Friday, we're going to have a online class po ulit. Okay, so from 8, we're going to have a TLE, which is a flexible class, a synchronous class in English, and then 20 minutes break, flexible class in mathematics, and then a flexible class in patrician development. And then we're going to have a lunch. After that lunch, wala pong matutulog muna. Okay, dahil meron pa po kayong synchronous class sa Alaling Panipunan, and after that one, you will going to have your club works. So let me add this one, siguro may discuss din later na each and every one of you must have one club. Isa lang po para po ma-attendan natin yung mga clubs na sinalihan po natin kasi kasama rin po yan sa ating grading. And then after nung club works natin, engagement ulit. So gamitin po natin itong time. Lalo na po sa ating mga grade 10 na kumpletuhin lahat ng mga kailangan nating requirements. Kasi po sa ating grade 10 especially, nagre-ready na po tayo for the moving up po natin. So once
Okay, I think that's it for our class schedules. Thank you so much, sir. And now let us go on to our school rules and requiremements to be given to us by our school principal, Mrs. Janet Cadapan, and our vice principal for the junior high school department, Ms. Clara Maria Chondo.
Okay. Sir, do you have the slides here? Slides for the uniforms. Okay. So again, good morning once again. So for the proper school attire for our junior high school students, attire for boys, white polo, straight cut, and charcoal gray pants. So you can, for the boys uniform, you can purchase it outside. And for the patch to be placed on the pocket, it is available here in school. And for our girls, it will be a green blouse with SPS patch and a green pleated skirt. So everyone must wear a white socks and black shoes. And for our good grooming, our boys, we will be strictly implement the proper short haircut for our boys. And suggested haircut will be at least 1 inch above the ear and 3 inches above the collar line. Again, at least 1 inch above the ear and 3 inches above the collar line. So we will not allow long hair anymore for our boys. Okay? Bawal din mag-ponytail. So strictly short haircut. And hair colors are also strictly prohibited. So wearing of earrings for boys is not also allowed. And for girls, it must be only one pair of earring is allowed. Hindi po pwede yung tatlo-tatlo o apat ang nakasabit sa ating ears. Okay? Another is having nail polish for all students is not allowed. And so again, no colors of hair. Yes, sir. And for our attendance, so we expect that a regularity of attendance and punctuality are required in all classes. So students must attend to their classes on time and regularly. So take note that 4 consecutive lates is equivalent to 1 absent. So a student who has been absent for online or face-to-face is required to present a letter of explanation for her parent, guardian, and address to her advisor. And with a screenshot or a copy of their parents' ID. Okay? Para valid po kung sino yung gumawa ng excuse letter, it must be valid with their ID po. Okay? So students are absent for 3 consecutive days shall submit a medical certificate to their class advisor. Okay, and then take note that if we don't receive any information of the said absences, now more than 3 days na, so expect that the concerned teacher or your advisor will have a home visit. Okay? And then for online attendance, if absences is due to technical problems like unstable internet connection, students must also submit an excuse letter and must be signed again by their parents and guardians with valid ID of the parents and guardian again. Okay? 15 minutes late without excuse letter is considered absent, especially during face-to-face. Students may use the correspondence page at the back of their diary student handbook. So for those who are not able to get yet the student handbook, this will be given to your advisors and they will be the one to distribute it to you during your face-to-face. Okay, use of electronic gadgets. For face-to-face students, the students are required to turn off their cellular phones as they enter the school premises. So gagamitan lang po ito pag kailangan for emergency purposes. Electronic gadgets are only allowed to academic and educational related purposes. Pag ito ay pinapagamit ng subject teacher sa inyo. So they are required to place their phones inside their bags and should not use them inside the classroom. So comfort rooms or any other facility nor publicly display them while on the school premises. So cellular phones and other electronic gadgets are confiscated when they are used improperly during classroom activities. They may not only use their phones when an urgent concern arises. So alam nyo na, you already know, dear students, that no using of cell phones during class hours. So violations of cell phone rules and regulations shall be immediately reported. And for online classes, so attend your class regularly and on time, prepare and check your devices, online equipments before entering the class. So para hindi na po, you will know that the following day you will have your online class, pa-check na if your gadgets are working, especially your camera and this headphone. Make sure to turn on your camera at all times and unmute yourself if needed. So, alam naman na natin yung mga rules on how to use the reactions, no? Reaction module. Okay, observe online etiquette. So, safety protocols before class. Students should use only entrance door. So you will see when you come here that there are arrows. So this time, before we can enter to the 2 doors of the classroom. And now there must be only one entrance and the other one will be for the exit. Okay, so the chairs in the classrooms are pre-arranged by the advisors. Students are assigned to their permanent seats and should only use the seats assigned to them at all times. So these rules will still be tackled by your advisors. Students should not roam and play in the classrooms or corridor while waiting for classes to start. Okay, for during classes, so let me, may I now turn this to Teacher Lara to discuss the other safety protocols.
Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Ms. Lara Janet to continue our discussion. Thank you, Ma'am Janet, for the safety protocols before, during, and after the classes, also during the recess and the use of comfort rooms. So, just like what Ma'am Janet said a while ago, that the students are assigned in a pre-assigned seats made by their class advisors. So, the class advisors po have their seat plan. The class advisors prepare the seat plan that is being posted also and located at the desk in the front of the class so that the subject teachers will also know the seats of their students. Okay, so exchanging of seats is strictly prohibited. So students, our dear patricians, you must sit lamang po doon sa aming assigned seats for safety purposes. Okay? Also, students should not move their chairs. Meron po tayo ng mga safety markers for the students that they should follow. Also, meron din po tayo ng mga safety signages and markers. Third, students should come to school with complete school materials. Borrowing of things is not allowed to avoid contact with other students. Later po, Teacher Lara will announce and will discuss what are the materials that we needed for the school year. So students needed to bring their own things like their pens and other writing materials. So they are not allowed to borrow their things from their classmates. Also, po, face mask should be worn at all times. Lalo na po, even if we will recite, we will ask the teachers. So pag recess naman, pwede natin siya tanggalin since nasa room tayo. Pero we needed to wear it again after. Then, lastly, during the class, use of restroom is discouraged unless it is a necessity. So, there is also a maximum number of occupants din po kasi sa ating restroom. Papayagan naman po tayo na gumamit ng restroom if talagang kailangan na kailangan po. Just ask for the permission of your class advisor or the subject teacher during that time. Next slide po, sir. For the safety protocols after class, first, students, just like what Teacher Lara said a while ago, students should stay in their seats and wait quietly for the next class. Students are not allowed to roam and to loiter around the corridor. So you can just wait patiently and quietly for your next subject teacher inside the classroom. Second one, students should wait and ask permission from the next teacher before they can go to the comfort room. So, if wala pa po si Sir J or si Ma'am Daryl, then siya na yung next class natin. Let's wait for our teacher para ma-avoid din natin na nag-crowd tayo doon sa ating comfort room. Okay, so wait for our teacher before going to the classroom. And after the last class, students should wait or will wait for their advisor's instructions before going out of the classroom. So like what we did po dati po nung mga face-to-face pa po tayo, di ba, binuwait natin si class advisors before going out of our classroom at dismissal time na. So same din po ngayon, your class advisors will go to you after your last class for the students in morning session, after your last class na 11:40, then for the last class naman for the PM session. Okay, so wait for your class advisors because we still have din naman the staggered dismissal time. Okay, para po hindi tayo sabay-sabay sa pagbaba sa ating building at pagpunta sa ating gate. So meron din po tayong holding area sa gym located at our multipurpose gym. So if the students have their parents or the lecturers will fetch them during the dismissal time, you can wait for your guardian in the gym. So if naman po sa PM session for the grade 9 and grade 10 students, so if maaga po tayo dumating sa class, maaga po tayo dumating sa campus, you can go directly muna po sa ating multipurpose gym and stay there, wait for your class advisors to fetch you, since our dear custodians naman will disinfected our classrooms for our exposure RC. But during the recess will be done inside the classroom. So we are highly encouraging our dear parents and guardians to prepare snacks for your kids po, for our dear students, na pwede po nilang kainin sa loob ng classroom. Siguro po yung mga biscuit, o yung mga tinapay, yung drinks po lalo, since yung sharing of foods po is not allowed. Then for lunch naman, no need naman na po since the AM session class po will enter class at 11:40. So they can just take their lunch at home. Then for the PM session class naman po for our grade 9 and grade 10 students, they needed to eat na po before going to the campus, before going to our school. So po, the advisor will supervise the class during recess, and students should sit pa rin po in their pre-assigned seats. So exchanging of seats is strictly not allowed. So transferring of seats and excessive socializing are not allowed. Okay, so during recess din po, you may, the students may take this time din po to go to the comfort room. However, parang number of students din, by number of students din. So magpapaalam din po tayo sa ating advisors para hindi po crowded sa ating Sir RC. Okay, students, for the use of comfort rooms, students must follow the maximum number of occupants when using the comfort room. So if there are students pa po inside the comfort rooms na nakapila din po, may mga markers naman po doon, may mga signages po na nakalagay. So we can wait din po outside of our comfort rooms following is social distancing. Okay, so students must follow protocols on social distancing, and they are discouraged from interacting with their classmates inside the comfort room. So they needed to wear their face mask pa rin inside the comfort rooms. And syempre po, students should wash their hands thoroughly after using the comfort room. Outside our comfort room in the main building, we have the washing area there, and we also have the hand soap din doon sa ating washing area. So after po natin mag-CR, mag-use ng comfort room, let's wash our hands. Oh, and sharing po to our dear parents and students the basic materials that the students needed for the school year. These materials includes modular textbooks, which you can purchase po at the cashier office. As of now po, we are still waiting for the other deliveries of the books po. So for those students and parents po who are asking about the availability of the modular textbooks, the class advisors will announce it on the class GC if they can already purchase and play their modular textbooks on our admin office. Also po, for the face-to-face students, you needed 10 notebooks, intermediate pad paper, ball pen, kasi po Hindi po pwede na mag-share po ang maghiraman ng konti. Correction tape, 10 pieces, 1/4 index card, band paper, short and long, coloring materials, and whiteboard marker. And also po, our junior high school students needed to bring their own hygiene kit. So ano po ba yung mga laman ng hygiene kit natin? So it should contain alcohol or hand sanitizer, extra face mask, soap, tissue, and hand towel. So these are the materials that the students needed po. For the other subjects po, or for the specific subjects, the class advisors prepared a list po, a summary of the list of the school supplies they needed as a whole and for the other subjects. So the class advisors will forward it po sa GC ng ating mga students and sa GC po ng mga parents, so they will have a guide. Nandun na rin po yung list of school supplies for face-to-face students and for the online students. So patricians, make sure po na included tayo sa ating class GC. And for our dear parents din po, ay dapat po, you can contact the class advisors para ma-include po tayo. Yes po, this is for all of the students. So with that po, thank you for your questions po and other concerns. You may send it to our Zoom chat box, and you may ask it po during our Q&A. Thank you po, Daryl.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Lara. And yes po, we are now receiving a few numbers of concerns. Please do not hesitate to ask our dear teachers po. Okay, so we are now having few numbers of concerns. Again, please do not hesitate po to ask our dear teachers and our other members po here, especially in our chat box. Also po, our attendance is available here, which you can open. And please ensure your attendance, especially to our students here in the room. Okay po, so now we know that students should not just excel academically, but also socially and personally. And this can be done by joining into some sorts of clubs. All right. So for the next part of our program, you can now see the different club videos presented to us by our dearest club moderators.
Inihahandog ng St. Patrick's School of Quezon City ang Theater and Arts Club mula sa junior high school.
Mahilig ka bang kumanta tuwing naliligo? O mahilig ka bang sumayaw sa bawat tugtog na naririnig mo? O hilig mo bang gayahin ng mga dramang napapanood mo? Ano pang hinihintay mo? Tara na't hasain yan! Join now in the Theater Club and let's discover together your hidden talents and use that for the glory of God. Laging tatandaan, ang Diyos di pumipili na magagaling, pagkas ginagawa niyang magagaling ang kanyang pinipili.
Gamitin din natin ang mga talentong ito sa pagiging bukas ang isip sa tunay na nangyayari sa ating paligid. Again, this is St. Patrick's School of Quezon City, the Theater and Arts Club from the junior high school. Because here in SPS, as we live, we learn.
Do you sometimes have trouble writing? Do you like English but feel like you're falling behind? Do you want your voice to be heard in school?
Then Writer's Guild is for you. Together, let us travel and explore the world through writing. Express your creativity and unleash your inner potential. Let your voice be heard through our campus writing activities. what are you waiting for? Join the guild and hone the artist in you.
Do you
Mga kaibigan, meron ako ipapakita sa inyo. Tara, come and see.
Mary Immaculate, Son of the morning, chosen before the creation
Trinidad, your computer and robotics teacher here at St. Patrick's School. Love adventure games? Play while studying your favorite subjects at the same time. We welcome you to Minecraft Education, a new school club program where we can play online games while learning, such as solving math and science problems incorporated in the game.
We are born learners. We crave new challenges and new adventures. Our creativity is limitless. And when we learn through play, amazing, often unexpected things happen. In schools and in homes around the world, students are using Minecraft to build cities, explore coral reefs, to create with code, run science experiments, and to tell fantastic stories. Minecraft has always been about exploration and discovery, bringing together a global community of co-creators. Now, the next generation of engineers, biologists, and designers are inspiring us with their creations. Minecraft Education Edition empowers learners to solve problems they care about, to connect in new ways far beyond the classroom, and to build a better world through the power of play.
Virtual robotics learning. Using robotics applications to build, program, and test your robots even without actual robotics skill. Exciting robotics competitions where you can be part of the SPS Robotics Elite Team and compete in the National and International Robotics League. There's a lot more for you because here at SPS, learning is always fun and exciting.
Okay, so we here in our institution are once again very excited for you to showcase your different talents and skills. But once again, we are noting and reminding everyone that we are only allowed to join at least one club for this year. Okay, so now let us go to our question and answer portion. That can be answered for us by Ma'am Lara. So if ever you are having any questions and any concerns, right now our chat box is open, and you can also give a personal message to our dear teachers here.
Good afternoon once again, dear parents and students. If you have any questions po, you may click the raise hand button or you may use our switch. Questions. May mga questions po ba tayo, dear parents? So we have question po here on our Zoom chat box about the school supplies. Yes po, it is all the same. The slide that I shared to you a while ago po is for all the students po in all the year grade level. So that are the basic school supplies they needed po for the whole school year. However, the class advisors po will still forward to you the specific list of school supplies they needed for each subject, both for face-to-face and online students. It will be shared through their class PC and through their parents' PC. Thank you po. Next one po we have Ma'am Aline. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am Aline, feel free to unmute po if you have any questions. Balikan po natin si Ma'am Aline po. Next question po, ma'am, what kind of notebooks po? Composition po ba is asking? Dun po sa notebooks po na, yung pang high school.
Yes, good afternoon. Question ko lang is, yung nakita ko kasi,
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you now. Okay po, ma'am. Balikan po namin po kayo. Or you can chat your message po in our Zoom chat. And po, teacher po, available na po ba?
Teacher Daryl, is Ma'am Lara audible? Ayan,
Yes,
sige.
yes, sir.
Next question po,
Sino
teacher.
sabi mo?
Available na po ba ang mga books? As of now po, we are still waiting po for the deliveries of the other books po for the other quarter. So the class advisors po will inform you through their class PC po if you can already purchase or claim your books po doon sa paid na sa ating admin box. Ma'am, what if wala pong magsusundo ng guardian sa isang student? Okay lang naman po, ma'am, as long as you have the permission po that they can go to ng sarili po. Since, yes po, high school na rin. Next question po, are we starting the face-to-face classes on Monday, August 15? Yes po, ma'am. We are already starting our face-to-face classes po on Monday and we are all excited po to have our morning assembly once again po at the SPS. See you all on Monday po for our grade 7, 8, and 9 and 10 students. Another question po, ma'am, this is Mrs. Talosi, who chose the subjects for face-to-face classes po. For the face-to-face classes po, we are prioritizing the practical subjects, especially those subjects po that needed laboratory activities po, like science, TLE, computer and robotics, as well as those subjects po na kinakailangan po ng face-to-face discussion like mathematics subject po. But don't worry po, for the other languages subject po, if ever po na magkakaroon ng changes in the second semester, the other subjects po will have their chance to have the face-to-face classes. Lahat po naman ay mamimit po nila kanilang teachers and their subjects.
Good afternoon po. I have a
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Where do we get the permit to go home po for the students?
Janet?
Yes
Permit
po.
to go home po?
So, what do you mean po permit to go home? ID po?
Are they allowed to go out lang po? Umuwi nang walang
No po.
sundo?
Once they are in school po, during the school time po, they are not allowed to go out po. For going home time, advise the teacher po, the advisor, if ano yung means of transportation, if they will go on their own po to go home, if you allow them po. So, send na lang a letter po.
Okay.
Or they
Alright.
have
Thank
service
you
po.
po. Alright. Thank you po.
So magpo-provide pa na, sir.
Yes po. So the advisor will know if you allow them to go home at their own po.
Kailangan may letter sa advisor na pinapayagan siyang mag-commute mag-isa.
Yes po, ma'am.
Ma'am Janet, they already know the schedule, right? That they're only doing face-to-face half day lang, di ba, Ma'am Janet?
Yes po. It was presented while ago
Okay.
po.
Next question po is, today po ask ko lang po about the health declaration form distributed ba during face-to-face classes po? Yes po, ma'am. For the health declaration form, the class advisors po will send it po daily if they needed to be here po for face-to-face classes on their class PC po. So the students will accomplish it po before going to school. The link po will be provided and will be forwarded, po, on the class PC. Our next question po, are the uniforms available na po? Yes po, for the girls' uniforms po, for junior high school students, we already have the uniforms po available at our business office. While for the junior high school boys naman po, you have the liberty and freedom to buy it outside po, just like what Ma'am Janet presented a while ago. But the school batch po is already available here at our school. Follow-up question. Yes, sir, Daniel. Yes,
Ma'am Janet, I think there was a comment in the chat box about 2 sections per grade level. I think we have 2 sections in a particular grade level with 2 advisors. Ma'am Janet, can you share to them why we have 2 sections in the grade level?
Yes po. So we have 2 sections in grade level because it depends upon the number of students, and since we are now on the situation po, no, so we have to divide. It must be a maximum of 30 po per class. So if more than that po, we have to divide it na po.
Thank you, Ma'am Janet.
Definitely po. Follow up lang po. Ako po yung nag-question. So, malalaman naman po ahead ng students, no, kung halimbawa po, kung nakita ko kasi 2 section, kung which section sila mapupunta po.
Yes, ma'am. So the advisors will send the message if whom they are assigned po.
They have GCs already, I think, no, Ma'am Janet?
Yes, ma'am.
They have group chats already, Ma'am Aline. Nakalagay na po sila kung saang section, I believe. Baka ho ninyo yung nabigyan na ng message.
Alright. Thank you.
Welcome. There are also questions here about cell phone confiscation. Pag na-confiscate daw yung cellphone.
Ako po yung nagtanong po, Miss.
Question, okay.
When is the cellphone gonna return po once your cellphone get confiscated po?
Okay. Ma'am Lara.
For the cell phones po to be confiscated po, we are following the rules and regulation provided in our student handbook. So, meron po tayo sa likod na correspondence page ng diary ng student handbook. So, if ma-confiscate yung phone mo, provided that na hopefully, wag naman na ginamit in non-academical purposes, thus your teachers or class advisors have the right to confiscate your phone, then they will write on your diary. So, upon writing on your diary po, you will show it to your parents. So, dun sa diary, ito yung magiging correspondence page natin. You will get it naman eventually, provided that they will have a communication with your parent.
Okay po.
Thank you, Jacob.
Okay, there's a question here about the PAYAC ESC. So question is, pwede po bang mag-submit ng PAYAC ESC requirements? So since it depends upon all, PAYAC will start kasi at grade 7. If you are not a grantee po or new students or transferee po for if you are grade 8, 9, or 10, no? So you just need to prepare the requirements given by our school registrar, and then once that we have a slot na may sobra po sa slot, for example po we are given 80 slots for PAYAC grantee this school year, tapos in excess to that, yun po ang i-ask namin po sa mga students who are not grantee yet. So just be prepared for all the requirements po. Para once na nag-open, first come, first serve po, kung ano po lang yung available na slots, doon lang po yung bibigyan natin. First come, first serve basis po. Thank you.
Also, two questions for regarding school uniforms. If wala po school uniforms. Yes po, they can wear civilians po muna for the meantime if nag-i-intake po ng orders for the school uniforms. Provided lang po na dress code po tayo, no wearing of shorts, sleeveless, and jersey po.
Question po.
Yes, ma'am.
Question lang po, kung kailangan pa po ba ng mga bata ng meron silang QC Vax cert pagpasok, or kahit yung vaccination card lang nila dadalhin nila?
Yes. Right now, sorry. Okay.
The vaccination card is, at the moment is no longer required, no, because they have relaxed the restrictions, no. Ang gagawin na lang po is to present the health declaration form, which will be forwarded by the advisor to the student every time they will go face-to-face. So yun na lang po yung present dun sa guard, yung health declaration form, and then they go through the protocols, then okay na. Kung hindi nila nagawa yung health declaration, meron po tayong QR code pagpasok pa lang doon sa entrance ng school. So pwede nilang kunin doon. Tapos in case wala pa silang internet, then they will just have to log in with the guard doon sa registration form po.
Okay, thank you
So
po.
no need to
Ma'am
present
Ed.
the vaccination card.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
There's a question about the bus, Sir Pete.
Yes, regarding this bus service, well, the previous providers have already ceased operations, no? So because of the pandemic. So right now, we are negotiating with other service providers. Ang problema lang, medyo reluctant itong mga providers to accept to be a service provider because ang dami kasing mga guidelines ng LTO and yung LGU, maraming restrictions. So right now, nag-uusap pa rin kami about the matter. Medyo takot pa silang tanggapin yung offer because dapat ganito daw yung marami silang requirements, in other words, but hopefully we can work out an arrangement with these new providers. But if you know anyone, please feel free to submit please tell them to submit a proposal to the school and we can evaluate. But right now, it's still under negotiations.
Hi, good afternoon. I have another question po.
Yes.
In case for some reason a student cannot, let's say, attend the face-to-face class, if ever masama yung pakaramdam, are they allowed to join the online class or they are considered absent?
If the student po is not feeling well po, in-encourage po namin po talaga na wag na po papasukan po. Pero if kaya naman po ng bata, the student can still join po the online class. Then, if hindi po talaga kaya ng bata, don't worry ma'am, because you can submit an excuse letter to the class advisor po, and the student po is excused po from that. The student po can take the activities po na na-miss po niya by the other time po na okay.
Okay, thank you.
So another question here about the canteen, if it will be open. Yes.
Regarding the canteen operations, well, at least for the first quarter, sarado po yan, no? We will wait for the recommendation of the DepEd and the LGU as to when we can operate the canteen. But hopefully, by the second quarter, pwede na po. Now, regarding do sa mga snacks and at least water or drinks, well, yes, no, there will be a push cart during break time that will serve water and other drinks plus some snacks to those who are interested to purchase or buy. Meron po. But as mentioned earlier by your vice principal, they're encouraged to bring their snacks or their food and have their break inside the classroom. Pero meron po, meron push cart na magsaserve ng water and drinks to those who like to buy.
Thank you po, Sir Peter.
Welcome.
The question here, teacher, the requirement provided po for the junior high school, iiwan po ba sa school po yan? If you wish to purchase po, Ma'am Rachel po, ng lockers po, just like what you asked po, ikaw po ata kanina po, we can coordinate po, you can make a reservation po sa cashier po for the lockers po. Pero po, the materials po, the school materials naman po, hindi naman po kailangan tuwing face-to-face po dali ng mga bata po. Kung ano lang po yung schedule classes po nila noong araw po na yon. And the subject teachers naman po will announce what are the materials they needed to bring po on the face-to-face class po. thank you po.
Let me ano lang add, no? Dun sa lockers, yes, there are lockers there, but the slots are limited. There are lockers outside the classroom. Right now, open pa yan for reservation. So you just proceed to the cashier and make a reservation po. The rental fee is 75 pesos per month dun sa lockers.
75 pesos?
Yes, ma'am.
Locker per month.
Thank you.
Ayan pa. Thank you po. Ayan po. We have another question po from Lance. Yes, Lance?
Ma'am, I have a question. Is modular textbooks are already available to purchase?
We are still waiting na for the other modular textbooks for the other quarter. So the class advisors, your class advisors will inform you if you can already purchase and claim your modular textbooks at the business office.
Sige po. Another quick question. Are we able to meet our other friends from the other section from time to time?
Sir Dari, are they allowed daw po ba? Yes naman. Oh.
They're allowed to see them, no? Yeah, but doon muna sa ano I mean in your class. Maybe soon, no? Maybe soon you can interact with them, your other schoolmates in the other class. Maybe soon.
I want to clarify something, Sir Dari. Ano about, I think there's a question on the color of the pants, Ma'am Janet. Kasi it's really gray. Kaya lang, I think the business office mentioned also na pwedeng black.
Yes po, ma'am. Okay, so with regards to that pants po, so actually the color of our required color actually is charcoal gray, but then so since charcoal gray is also a dark color, so we are now allowing a black color po for the clothes.
Temporarily na, Ma'am Janet, for this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's visit to Europe.
Are there any questions pa po ba?
Yeah, Lara, there's another question, I think, of Mrs.
Yes,
Mary with regards to pure online. And nag-select daw sila ng online initially, and now they want to go blended. Yes, of course, it is allowed pa po. Sa ngayon po ay pwede naman po nating i-change yon. Kaya lang po, hindi ho yan pwede in between the years. So if you decide, I hope you can already inform your advisors about your choices in terms of the platform you want, no? Kung anong modality po talaga yung gusto ninyo. Of course, we are encouraging blended learning. I think it's a very efficient at saka maganda pong pagkakataon na rin sa mga bata since it is only twice a week pa lang naman po. So maganda po, Mrs. Neri, that maybe the kids can be allowed to join face-to-face classes through the blended modality. So yes, we encourage and we will allow this. No, siguro, Ms. Lara, you can just take note of this request.
Yes,
if this is
yes,
already.
Ay, thank you, ma'am. Kasi gusto na daw po niya blended.
Good, very good.
Salamat po.
Sige po.
Are there any questions pa po ba?
Lockers pa rin, Sir Pito. For varsity daw.
Lockers. Yeah. Well, lockers for varsity players. Yes, well, for lockers for varsity players, they can make use of, well, it depends. Is this for your academics or for your mga sports equipment or sports attire? Kasi if it's pertaining to your sports outfit or mga sports equipment, we will have a locker for solely for the varsity players, which will be located somewhere at the gym. Pero right now, wala pa, no? We used to have one, pero it's no longer, kumbaga, it needs repair. So let me talk to the supply custodian regarding this matter. Pero magkakaroon po. But if you're talking about yung mga books, we have lockers at the main building for the first and second floor. And we will add more lockers. But for now, we only have limited lockers.
Thank you po, Sir Peter.
You're welcome.
Okay, another question po from Ma'am Ditas. What kind of guidance does the student get during asynchronous classes po? Normally po, ma'am, during asynchronous classes, the students po will, they needed to accomplish their task on their Brightspace LMS po. By the way po, we will have Brightspace orientation po later in the afternoon po. So students needed to attend po, especially our new students po. Ayan po, during their asynchronous classes po. Will the teacher be available at the appointed time? Yes po, ma'am. During the consultation time, if you wish to talk to the class advisors or the particular subject teachers po, you may message them po so they can make an appointment for you during that time po. If they needed to have some clarification, questions po, we can use our consultation time po. Ma'am, may try out po ba para po sa volleyball team po this year po for those aspiring students po for our sports po?
Yes, actually, no, I'd like to know if there are people who are still interested, no, in volleyball or basketball, we will also have tryouts within the year, no, for our own students. So I think this will be arranged also. We're really looking for more play. Sino ba yung nagtanong? Girl or boy?
I think girl po.
Ayan, tama-tama. No? Talagang sa boys medyo marami pero we're still open. And of course for the girls, there are a lot of slots available. So yes, we are looking for volleyball girls, LM through high school for this. No? Sige.
Thank you po. Sir Dari, question po regarding the memorandum of the DepEd for the November classes po na full face-to-face.
What about Ma'am Lara? Comments?
For the memorandum po that posted po by the DepEd po, if the DepEd po really adhere to that, we will follow po. However po, we will still cater po the blended learning since po we really find it the blended learning po efficient po for our students po. So those students po who choose the modality po of online learning, don't worry po because we will still cater you po. The St. Patrick's School will cater you po. So no need to worry po regarding it. Question po, will the schedule shown during the session be posted somewhere? Yes po, ma'am. The schedule po, class schedule, and also po the list of school supplies will be forwarded po on their class GC as well as for the parents GC po.
I think there's a question in the chat by Sir Edwin. Sir, don't worry po, no. The school is prepared. The school po has its learning recovery plan, which is required po by the Department of Education. So our learning recovery plan po, just in case no, we will revert back to level 2 or kung ano man level po yan, the school po is prepared for any scenario po that will happen. And hopefully, sana naman hindi na ho magkaroon pa ng mas mataas na cases. But the school is ready po. So with regards to the requirements needed, the attendance, it's all built in po doon sa learning recovery plan po namin. And of course, we are highly considering po the conditions and the whereabouts of our students.
Thank you, Sir Dari. So if you still have any questions pa po due to our thank you din po, sir. If you still have any questions pa po, feel free to message us po, Ma'am Lara, or our dear class advisors po, and we are gladly to help you po with your questions and clarifications. Thank you po, Ma'am Daryl.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Lara, and to our dear administrators. We hope that all of your questions and concerns have been catered for this morning. Now, to give us the closing remarks, here with us today, our dearest school president, Mrs. Sari Cruz.
Okay, thank you, Darren. Again, medyo hapon na, no? It's no longer morning. Talaga palang, akala ko kahapon mahaba lang sa elementary, but I guess it is really a very interesting to be able to discuss these matters with you, no? Sana po ay nabigyan namin kayo ng sufficient information that you need as we start our school year. Of course, we would like to thank and congratulate the junior high school department led by, of course, Ms. Lara Marie Achondo for this very organized activity this morning and very informative, no? And we would also like to thank our parents who are here with us. Salamat po for being here kasi napakahalaga po nitong orientation na ito dahil para po masagot ang inyong mga katanungan, no, na the very essential, I think, and all the questions here that we received are good for us to be able to help our junior high school patricians. And of course, our patricians who are here today, those who have been with us longer, those who are here with us just this year. Of course, you may not know it, but high school is really one of the most memorable times in your life. And this is a time of new discoveries, a time of new challenges, and it's a time of creating new memories. No? So as Anthony Robbins says, the only impossible journey is the one you never begin. And starting on Monday, you are going to begin your new journey. And we will be creating new memories together in SPS. And it's interesting that the face-to-face opportunity is with us right now. Alam ko po na natatakot yung iba, hindi pa po tayo ganun kasanay na papasok na po ang mga bata, papasok na kayo sa school. I know there are doubts, there are fears maybe. But like what Sir Dari mentioned this earlier today, we are home, we are your family, and we will make your high school life and your high school experience one that is worthwhile and one that you will remember for a long time, and it is going to be a safe place in SPS for you to be in. So as you start your journey of new things, maybe a new club, maybe new friends, maybe a new sport, no? It will really make a big difference if you start one today. And SPS and I will be here to be part of your journey as we make your SPS again your home. We will be your second parents, we will be family, and we will welcome you with open arms on Monday. Sa Monday na po, August 15, start ang unang papasok sa St. Patrick's School ay ang ating junior high school patricians. At naroon po kami sa gate para i-welcome po kayong lahat sa St. Patrick's School. So to all our junior high school patricians, to our parents and families, welcome to SPS and welcome to school year 2022-2023. Maraming salamat po at magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you so much for that, Ma'am Sari, and truly that we are now very, very excited and we cannot wait to welcome you all for this new school year. Now, for some additional announcements, here we have for our dearest patrician students, make sure that you are already included in your official GC. So every level, every sections have the respected GC. And for this year po,
Daryl,
so that okay po. So that they can disseminate important announcements easily. You may message the class advisors so they can include you in the respected GC. Here po on our chat box, you can see the different names of our different advisors as well as their Facebook link so that you can easily find them po and add them and send them requests po so that you can be included in the group chat. Next po is the Office of the Registrar reminds all the students and guardians to kindly submit the selected modality of your child for school year 2022 to 2023. You may coordinate it with our school registrar, Mr. Rogie Saroza, or through our class advisors. And for those who choose hybrid learning modality, upon enrollment, kindly accomplish or submit or return the waiver to Mr. Saroza at the Office of the Registrar. You may send it via email po at registrar.regis@sps.gov.ph registrar.sarosa@gmail.com. Once again po, it is via email at registrar.sarosa@gmail.com. If you have other questions and concerns po, you may send us a message po. Again, you may send a message to our respective advisors in each class levels. And this afternoon po at 1:30 p.m., we are going to have our Bright Space orientation, and you may enter the same link po. All right. Now po, to end our morning session and our morning orientation for today, let me give you this message that last 2020 po, we were all stunned as we faced one of the biggest transition in the academic system. Now that we are slowly coming back to the usual, it is once again very challenging. Many of us are very excited, but some of us are still very nervous. However, we are ensuring you that we are one with you as we face things in relation to our opening. Forever, we will live in by our principles and statements that here in SPS, as we live, we learn, and we will make sure that we will make learning and this face-to-face transition fun for everyone. So we welcome you all po, and once again, this is our parent and students orientation for the school year 2022 to 2023. Before we end po, let us first have our Zoom photo so that we can remember this day.
Already po. First page po muna tayo. Okay, students, if parents po can open their cam. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Second page po. 1, 2, 3. Third, smile lang po ng smile. 1, 2, 3. Next one, fourth page. 1, 2, 3. Second to the last page po. And last one. Thank you so much po, and see you all on August 15. God bless po. Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
See you next week.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Good
Bye po.
afternoon. See you.
Bye.
Thank you. See you on Monday po.
Monday.
Thank you po, Council.
Thank you so
Thank you po, junior high school teachers.
Thank you po.